So you want to be an IT pro? Well, get in line. Seriously, it seems like everyone is looking to get into technology industry these days. But like anything, the keys to your success lie in doing the work so you stand out. How can you separate yourself from the pack? Well, this is a passion of mine as I've done hundreds of interviews for all types of IT roles. So in this episode of Tech from the Trenches, I'm going to give you some context to help decide what kind of job in IT is right for you and 5 tips on how to get it. Now let's get into it. Hi, welcome back to Tech from the Trenches with Mike Harvey. I'm Mike Harvey. Please push all the red buttons below so you don't miss an episode in which I may rant. And by the way, feel free to rant in the comments section. Today, we're going to talk about you breaking into the IT industry. I get it. There are a lot of people looking for the flexibility to work from home nowadays. And if any industry was made for working from home, it is the tech industry, which means the competition for the good jobs is increasing. For example, my company posted a position for a full stack developer and received 50 applications, 50, in the first 2 days. So let's start there. What is a good IT job today? Well, it's not what it was even 10 years ago when everyone wanted to work for the big guys, for the resume, the exposure to emerging technology, and of course the benefits. But as most IT professionals already know, the big guys are slow to adapt to the rapidly changing landscape of technology. It takes a long time to turn the Queen Mary. Some key points to consider when defining what a good job means to you. Well, some of the bigger IT firms and corporations that employ IT staff are embracing the new working from home paradigm, if you can find them. Most are too stuck in their ways. And since the lifting of restrictions, we can all get our social fixes in person now, so let's work from home. Here you have a quality of life decision to make. Do you want a 30-second commute or a 45-minute commute? Take it from me, 30 seconds wins every time. Plus, you can wear pajama bottoms or nothing if that floats your boat. Not to mention the added bonus of saving on the dry cleaning bill. Also, considering the rate of change and innovation in today's technology space, bigger companies are having a harder time adapting rapidly and are generally behind smaller, more nimble firms who can spin on a dime. Now, a quick sidebar on education and government spaces if you're considering those. They operate on a geological time frame, so forget any innovation there. Really, the only reason worker bees work in government or education is for the benefits package, period. Now ask yourself honestly, do you want to work on outdated technologies or the emerging ones? Hint, outdated is boring, you want to innovate. Right? Now consider your opportunities to learn and gain a deeper context in the work you do by doing more and different things. In larger companies, you will likely be relegated to a silo with a very specific set of tasks, and don't you dare step out or you will be in someone else's territory, resulting in less practical experience and maybe a pissed off coworker or two. In smaller firms, you will have the opportunity to do more, have more variety in your day, and be challenged, which will help you gain context, experience different roles, and expand your skills. Okay, so now that you have a better idea of what a good IT job means to you, there are obvious trade-offs. But I assume you want to enjoy your work, because like any job, the day goes much faster if you love what you do. Time to get to the meat of this. The million-dollar question is how to set yourself apart. Here are your 5 tips. Be committed. If you know what kind of job you want, then commit to your craft and have a plan. Know what kind of work you want to do and the kind of company that will suit you. If you aren't sure if a role is right for you, you can bet the person interviewing will see it too. Commit and spend your energy on the jobs you know you want, and be frugal with your time on the ones you aren't sure of. Number 2, be realistic about your expectations. I can't tell you how many interviews I've done with kids fresh out of a 4-year degree with some certification expecting high 5 figures because they have a piece of paper. Here's a tip for you. That piece of paper does not prove you know anything. It is at best a hunting license. What you are worth is based on your skills and experience, period. If you have haven't put in the time, don't expect the royal treatment, which leads to my next point. Get some real commercial experience. School projects don't count as experience. If you're serious about the IT industry, prove it by interning somewhere. And if you can't do that, do your own project in an area that you want to work in and show it. And certificates mean you paid to learn something, just like a degree, but you will need to apply it somewhere, somehow. No one is going to hand you anything based on your potential alone, except maybe your uncle. And then you don't need this. Tech companies like mine are working in real time and need to solve problems now, not 3 to 5 years from now when you might reach your potential. Number 4, do your research. When you are competing for a job, having and more importantly, showing initiative is paramount. Research the latest technologies, best practices, and trends for the role you want to land. Research the companies you're applying for. Understand what they do and ask informed questions. Prove that you're willing to do the work to be great at your job. No one hires mediocrity on purpose. No one. Number 5, don't be a generalist. While it may seem enticing to be the only IT person at a company, jobs where you do all the IT stuff will limit your growth. You will not have the time to become an expert in anything, nor will you have any mentorship from peers and coworkers. Being a jack of all trades, you will be a master of none, meaning you will be left with an average skill set at best. And while you can study off hours, there's no replacing the practical experience of having to do something under pressure. Last thoughts. While many people think you need to code to get into IT, there are many kinds of jobs in the tech industry besides developer. These roles are just as critical to the success of a tech company and are highly sought after. Roles like IT project management, UI, UX design, systems, network, data engineering, customer support, quality assurance, business analytics, and more. And if you have related experience that can apply in one of these roles, it will help differentiate you. But you should try to get some related IT experience as well, which will increase your marketability. And one more note on marketability. I would advise you to not exclude past experience from other non-IT jobs from your resume. List every real job you've ever had. Don't buy that shorter is better resume BS. I don't care what the studies may say. Whoever said that doesn't know squat. IT people want information. Give it. It may be the difference between you and another candidate. Hiring managers often look for tangential experience that may be related to the kind of work you're doing. You never know. I will be covering the interview process in an upcoming episode, so make sure you push the red buttons below and you don't miss that one, or any other episode for that matter. Well, that's all for this episode of Tech from the Trenches. I hope it was helpful for you. Thanks for watching, and now go build something awesome.